Hi everybody, it's Jill. I'm back again. Told y'all, same shirt. All right. I have a video today for you I've been wanting to do for a while. First of all, we're going to open this package. Now this package is from Donna, and she is Hurley's hand-dyed yarn. And you know how much I love Donna and her family and all of her daughters and granddaughters and everybody who dyes yarn. They are all so very, very talented family. They make things, they've been makers and creators of things for many, many years. And so so we're going to open this package first. Now this package is, I get the club from Donna's Etsy, and I'll link everything down below. And the one I get is the seasonal, so spring, summer, fall, and winter. So 4 times a year I get the club. And this one should be the summer one. I believe I've already gotten, I'm not even positive, y'all. Not even positive that that's what it is, but I'm pretty sure that this is the fall version of this club. So you ready? Looks like some goodies in there. She sends these out in these wonderful silk bags, and she has, her stuff is based on kitty cats. So she sends out these kitty cat bags that are super cute. And then, like I said, she sends things out in these silk bags. And these, some of you may be getting these silk bags when I send stuff out back to you, because they're wonderful. These bags are great for, you know, for your projects. If you don't want things to get caught on other things, you can put your projects in here, smaller projects. Okay, so here we go. Let's take a look and see what we got. Ooh. Oh, that's pretty. Summer at Black Lake. Well, that's right up my alley. That one is certainly a Jill color, is it not? That's such a Floozie color. Ooh. Now this one is the Silky Silk DK weight yarn. It is a 50% superwash and 50% silk. Now we're going to talk about these in just a minute, because that's one of the things I wanted to talk about with you guys. And here is her card. If you've not met Donna, you really, really ought to go over and take a look. She does sales all the time, so you should watch out for her sales. Even if you can't afford anything right now, or if you have a limited budget, she still has sales, and she also has minis, and her minis are priced at a very reasonable price. She has a lot of different options over there. Oh, it's nice. That's very nice. The silk, of course, is going to have lots of drape to it. See the drape? You can tell drape by how floppy a skein is, how floppy the hank is. That's nice. Oh, I love this color. This color is gorgeous. Of course, Donna, you knew I'd like this one. Okay, so there is the yarn. Let's see what I've got in the little package. Because every month you get something exciting. Now, these are based on Harry Potter. And of course, she is not licensed to sell Harry Potter items. So all of her clubs are based on, and she calls it her wizards and witches instead. Okay. My boys are gonna love these. I will probably save these for the boys, my grandsons. This I will love. Oops. Wild raspberry and hibiscus. I might send this one to my daughter Carrie because Carrie loves raspberry. And right now I send her little packages throughout the year. Look how cute. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is going to be a hard thing for me to ever let go of, but look at it. It's hairy. Y'all, it's a Pez and it's hairy. And I have a little collection going up there with the Harry Potter stuff, so I may wind up putting that up there. That's super cute. Oh, Donna, I love that. I love that. And then we got another, I don't know if you guys, if you watch my lives, the last time I believe I opened the club on my live. And I got one of these. I got another one. Now this is shea and cocoa butter bar. This is almond oil, beeswax, shea butter, cocoa butter, and it's by Jones Gardens on Etsy. And this one is the orange flavor. I will see if I can find Jones Etsy and link it for you guys. See if I can get this open. Now, I messed up last time. That's why I was saying, oh, and I had it upside down because of course I did. Of course I had it upside down. Now, y'all know I'm recording on my phone, so I may have not be looking in the right place. But this is actually hairy. So now that I hold it correctly, you see it. Last time I held this up, man, I can really smell the orange in that. Oh, that smells so good. I have been using this, the last one that I got. I keep it here in my cart, and I've been using it on my elbows, and it's made such a big difference on my elbows. So, oh, I'm so excited to get another one of those. Okay. That is the club from Donna. Now, the next thing I want to tell you is about some more Donna yarns, okay? Now, I want to show you some of the other ones that I got here, and I want to talk about these, okay? Now, you guys know that I love teal. If it's teal, it's Jill. But my most favorite color that Donna dyes in her shop is called Love on the Rocks. And that's what's in this bag. These moody colors really grab me. They really do. And in my opinion, I feel like these moody colors are a little more difficult to get right. Now, I'd have to ask Donna. I don't think I've ever asked her that question. I had this color, this Love on the Rocks, and I made a shawl out of it, and I gave that shawl away. It was a giveaway that I had. And I had it in a fingering weight yarn. And I made a shawl in fingering weight yarns, and I combined it with some other things. And ever since I gave that away, I have been wanting to do something in this color again. And so I have been collecting the different bases. Now, this is the fingering weight of this yarn. You see how moody and complex it is? To me, it's a very complex color. Now, like I said, she does these based on her on cats. So, because she raised cats, and she has cats as pets. This is her Russian blue sock fingering weight. It is an 85% superwash merino and a 15% nylon. This is also my favorite weight when it comes to a fingering weight yarn. If I buy fingering weight yarn, I always look to see if they have it in an 85-15. And I think it's because I really, really like the feel of it. It tends to be a little more plump, okay, an 85-15, 85% superwash. If you look at, see how that's just, to me it's just a little bit more plump than regular fingering weight yarn, which I have in here. So this one is a fingering weight yarn, and it is the Sparkle. It is her Aura Cat Stardust fingering weight yarn. It is a 70% superwash, 25% nylon, and 5% lurex, which is the sparkle in it. And look how different that looks in the sparkle. And if you look at that strand, it's not, to me, not near as plump as this one. Now here is how those look. This one's even moodier to me, meaning darker, more moody. So that's those two. These are both fingering weight, all right? I also have it, and she may have forgotten that I bought this, but, or maybe not. This is her Tabby. I'm not sure she's selling Tabby anymore. Now I know that her daughter Amber does have some, but this is the Tabby sock fingering weight yarn. It is 100% superwash merino. So it's 100%. Has nothing, no additives. This one's 100% superwash. And it's called Tabby because it has this strand running through it that is what they call a barber pole strand that runs through the yarn. And this one is even darker, but of course it has that black strand running through there. But see how much darker it is even than these other two. This one's picking up a lot of the brown that's in there. Again, this color is called Love on the Rocks. I wanted you to see these and see all the different nuances that happen with the different colors. Then I have it in her DK weight. And her DK is called Silky Silk DK weight. It is 50% superwash merino and 50% silk. And here is what that one looks like. Now, this is like butter. It's like butter. It is just so amazing. Amazing. Now, for me, these two are quite similar in the way that they pick up the color. Although this one over here has a lot more of the, now hand-dyed yarn is not all going to be the same either, even from skein to skein of the same base, okay? But these do seem similar to me in their nuances in that, okay? I also have it in the worsted. Now, this is 100% superwash merino. This is Bengal worsted weight. Now, all of these yarns are superwashed yarn. There's nothing here that is a raw wool, okay? All superwash, which means they can all go They actually can all be washed in your washing machine and laid flat to dry, if you so chose to do so. I do not. If I'm going to spend that much time making something, it's not going in the washing machine unless it's acrylic. Even with acrylic, on some acrylics, I still don't do that. Now, this is going to be hard to hold up, but let me try and hold these 5 up again for you. And here they are. Now, it is really hard to pick my favorite from these yarns, but I'm going to tell you. For me, my ultimate favorite of all 5 of her version of this colorway, Love on the Rocks, is going to be the Silky Decay. This is my favorite. This just is such a lovely, sophisticated, complicated, moody, lovely color. Love it. Absolutely love it. This is my favorite version of this color. But I love all of them. I love all of them. Okay, so what does all this mean? Because you guys always kind of wonder. Now, I want to kind of give you a little bit of a rundown. Now, I went and got my book. This is Fleece and Fiber Source Book, okay? In here, they tell you about different types of yarn. The Merino family of yarn is that. It's a whole family. It's not one type of yarn. There's several different types of sheep that make up the yarns that we get called merino. There's a debole, there's a delaine merino, there's a font heel merino, there's a pepin, there's a borula. There's different types and strains of merino yarns. There's a pole, there's a Saxon, a South Australian, a Tasmanian, and it depends on the sheep that the merino is pulled off of. And you get microns, so the wool is made up of different microns, which talks about the strength of that wool. And that changes price. And so when we hear people say that they are dyeing wool on certain types of bases, that has a lot to do with what that merino, what that wool is, where it came from, and the strength of that. And that sometimes you see people who are getting their bases from someplace different than almost everybody else. So there's a small percentage of people that will get their base of yarn from a different source than the main sources. And the main sources, that's why you will see those that are established on Etsy most often, or in local yarn stores at certain prices, but somewhere between $24 and $28 and up to $32. If they're on the $32 range, they may be getting their base of yarn that they're dyeing from a different source, which is not the same as everybody else, which makes it a little bit different quality. It may be. I'm not saying it is, but it may be. So that gives you a little bit more idea. Now, there are other things that we talked about here, like superwash. Now, when yarn is treated to be sold for dyeing, it becomes superwashed. Now, not always. You can't. I have had yarn here that was 100% non-superwash yarn. What superwash means is that that particular fiber, that particular yarn has been treated with a chemical. And that chemical has laid down the fiber so that it makes it smooth. And that's what makes it soft. That's what makes it feel really, really good when it's that wearing down of the fibers. Now, non-superwash wool can also become soft. But the reason it becomes soft is because it gets worked. You work it with your hands while you're working on it. You hand wash it and lay it out flat to dry. And every time you do that, it becomes just a little bit softer because those fibers get laid down. They don't have the chemical treatment. Now, let me just say this, and I'm not putting anybody down when I do. But there are a lot of people out there who choose only to use hand-dyed yarn, and they think that those of us that have a world of acrylic behind us are just not as picky as they are. And that we're just bad because we're buying all of this stuff from all of these places that are using all of these chemicals and byproducts in order to make their products, right? Well, that's what's happening to this hand-dyed yarn, y'all. So they need to get over themselves, and they need to get over that because, first of all, superwash yarn is treated in chemicals in a plant that uses chemicals. So they have no argument as far as that goes. It's exactly the same thing. It really is. Now, there are a lot of people who spin fiber. Fiber that has been spun normally comes in a bat, normally comes and that it has carded and all of the stuff is taken out of it. I have some of that. We'll get to that later. But superwash yarn has been treated. Okay? The nylon can be a number of things, but the nylon that is in the yarn tends to make it softer. If it has 25% nylon, it also tends to be like the 75-25. That also tends to make a yarn, which one is it? Okay, this one for instance has 70% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and 5% lurex. The more nylon that is in a yarn, it tends to be softer, but it also tends to be stronger. And that's why people tend to use it for socks, because it's stronger. Or they use it to make a sweater or something that they know will get wear. I'm not going to go into all of the stuff about it. The main thing I wanted to show you on this video was how different the different types and bases of yarn look with the same color. But I hope I have given you a little bit of information at the same time. We will get into it more. There is a lot to that book. If you have questions about something and you cannot afford the book, you're more than welcome to email me, and I will certainly look the information up for you and tell you what it says. If there's something in particular you're interested in, a certain kind, like a Rambouillet or a BFL, which is a blue-faced Leicester, just, let me know. But here is Donna's yarn on all of these bases. So thank you guys. Donna, I love it. Oh, I love this one. So pretty. That's one of Amber's on Tawanda up there. One of her hand-dyed. That was a hand-dyed sock blank, and I made it into a scarf. You guys have a wonderful day. Have fun today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, everybody.